bells. Stand by all stations.
Attention, all districts. A 5-alarm fire. 5 bells. Move in immediately.
That's it. Let's roll. Let's go. Firefighters!
Presenting Firefighters, the true-to-life story of our unsung heroes who stand ready to ride by day or night against our most murderous enemy, the demon of fire. In just a minute, we'll take you to the home of Tim Collins, rookie fireman, where an important conference is about to take place. A plan session that involves Tim Collins, his 14-year-old brother Jimmy, and the guest of honor, Chief Cody. But first, here's some information to help you make some plans of your own. Let's go, firefighters. Let's go to the home of Tim Collins, rookie fireman, where Chief Cody sits in the living room with Tim. The chief, as an old friend of the family, has just been a welcome guest at the evening meal. And now Jimmy, Tim's 14-year-old brother, asks him,
Chief Cody, are you sure you can?
Oh, I know I can, Jimmy. You tell your mother that's the best cake I ever ate. But one more piece would finish me. Well, for the first time in my life, I don't think I could roll out for an alarm. What a meal.
Well, Jimmy and I'll have to roll out pretty soon.
Yep, as soon as the girls get the dishes washed.
The girls?
Mom and Trudy.
Yeah, they wash them. We wipe, Chief.
Oh.
You'll hear Trudy call us the minute it's our turn. As soon as it's time to wipe, Trudy taps in 5 bells.
With a couple of saucepans, Chief.
What?
Oh, these kids, they have more signals than the alarm center at headquarters.
What a pair. Well, that's why I need their help.
Help? Trudy and me?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, anything at all, Chief. Anytime.
Oh, hey, how about me? Aren't I in on this?
You certainly are, Collins. But let me give you the situation.
I bet I know what's on your mind, Chief.
Well, there's one thing that's always on my mind, Jimmy.
Uh-huh. Fire prevention.
Oh, pipe down, Jimmy. Let Chief Cody talk.
Oh, he's right, Collins. Fighting fires by preventing them. That's the biggest part of our job.
Oh, yes, sir, but we can't get anywhere unless every man, woman, and child knows what a job it is.
That's it. We've got to get our story across to everybody.
Well, gosh, Chief. We kids in the Firefighters Brigade, well, we know the score all right.
Well, that's why I'm counting on you and Trudy and your friends, Jimmy. I'm going to put the fire department on display, and you're going to help tell people what it's all about.
I don't get it, Chief.
Well, son, in the old days, we used to have what we called a fireman's rally. Did you ever hear of it?
Fireman's rally?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure, Chief. Some places still have them, don't they?
What's a rally, Chief?
It's a special occasion, a day when every piece of fire equipment not in actual use was on display, when people could meet their firemen, see them in action, get an idea of what this firefighting is all about.
And you're planning a modern rally like that to let people get acquainted with the fire department.
Mm-hmm. The Park Commission will let us have all the land we want for a day. We'll show off a ladder truck, a pumper, all our special equipment. Now, what do you think?
Oh, it sounds perfect, Chief.
Better than a circus.
Good. And to explain the equipment, Jimmy, you kids from the Firefighters Brigade will act as ushers, guides, well, whatever you... Hey, what's that?
Oh, 5 bells. We roll. Come on, Tim.
Collins.
5 bells, Chief. That's Trudy banging the alarm for Jimmy and me.
Oh, yes. Time to wipe the dishes.
Yes, sir. You sit here, Chief. We'll be right back.
Not a chance, Collins. Let me show you how I learned to wipe dishes when I was a youngster. Lead the way to the kitchen, son.
When Chief Cody makes a plan, action soon follows. Deciding to show the people of the city how a modern fire department operates, he sets the day for the Monster Fireman's Rally, assigns Jimmy Collins to organize the guide service of the Firefighters Brigade, and, on the day of the great event, he watches a vast crowd swarming across the grounds that have been placed at his disposal in the city
All right,
park.
boys, you know what to do there. You betcha. Oh, Collins.
Yes, sir.
Collins, pass the word to the Firefighters Brigade. Time to clear the crowd off the drill ground. We're ready to demonstrate how we tackle a fire.
Right away, sir.
Tim Collins cuts through the crowd in search of Jimmy. He makes for the center of the drill ground, where a wooden shack has been set up for demonstration purposes. And at the shack, he finds Jimmy explaining to an interested group.
Well, pretty soon they're going to set this shack on fire. Then you'll see just what happens. How the ladder truck comes along, and the axe men and the plaster hook men jump off.
There,
and
one moment, young man.
Sir?
Plaster hook? What's a plaster hook?
Well, that's for pulling down a ceiling, sir. to see if there's fire above all the plaster and laths and stuff.
I mean, pull down the ceiling? That sounds destructive, young man.
Oh, no, sir. It's the fire that's destructive. Any damage the firemen do, well, you can just bet they had to do it to prevent worse.
Jimmy, it's time to clear the field.
All set, Tim. We're all organized. Soon as I blow my whistle.
Well, hey, you're organized, all right. Who thought of that?
Oh, I'm not so dumb. See, all over the field, the kids are moving the crowd back.
Another question, young man. On this ladder truck, axemen and plaster hook men, you say?
Yes, sir. When they roll up, there's a man with the door opener and another with the claw hook. 6 men, and they jump off and...
6 men with all these tools, but no ladder. Why do you call it a ladder truck when there's no ladder?
Oh, yes, sir. Half of different kinds of ladders. Isn't that right, Tim? Over 500 feet of ladders.
Tim, who's Tim?
I am, sir. Tim Collins, this boy's brother, and... Well, aren't you Mr. Tennacombe?
I am that. Eustace Tentacombe.
Of the Tennacombe Towboat Company.
Do I know you, Mr. Collins?
Well, no reason why you should, sir. I knew you because of that fire at Tennacombe Dock a while back. How do you like our display?
Not satisfied. Something missing. Something seems to be missing.
Sir?
Never mind. I'll put my finger on it sooner or later. And when I decide what's missing, your chief will hear about it. You can be sure of that.
Yes, sir. I'm sure of it. Jimmy, take care of Mr. Tennacombe. Show him anything he wants to see. Huh?
All right. Come along, young man. Now, just one more question.
Yes, sir. See you later, Tim. Coming, Mr. Tennacombe.
Huh. Something missing, he says. Well, I can't worry about that now.
Tim Collins checks hastily to make sure that the wooden shack is ready for the demonstration. Inside, Excelsior is scattered on the floor. Oil has been poured over it to make a quick blaze. The windows and doors are secure. Everything is ready. Tim looks across the field and sees that the crowd has moved back behind the ropes that mark the safety lines. He waits for the signal from Chief Cody. And at the signal, he lights a match, uses the match to ignite a torch of paper, and tosses the flaming brand through the door of the wooden shack. The fumes of oil burst into flame with a force that rattles the windows of the shack, and Tim Collins runs to safety because, as his brother Jimmy across the field is explaining to Mr. Tennacombe,
Gosh, that's dangerous. Tim's awful careful, but a place full of oil like that can blow up in your face.
What's all this?
Oh, the ladder truck. Remember I told you. Now what?
Oh, yes. All those men with axes. But they're not using them.
No, they're going to throw a ladder.
Throw a ladder?
Put it up, I mean. They've got to get up on the roof. See, there goes the roof ladder. They've hooked it over the ridge of the shack.
Yes, but the fire's inside. Can't they see the door?
Oh, they don't dare open it yet. Gosh, if they opened that door, half the house might blow out. Fumes
There's a man with an axe. Bless me, he's chopping a hole in the roof.
Yes, sir, to ventilate, to let out the gas and smoke.
Destructive, destroying property.
Oh, no, saving property.
Ridiculous. That man's amusing himself.
But don't you understand? He's got to let the smoke and fumes out so the men with the hose can get at the fire.
Hose? What hose?
There it goes. That's the pumper.
Hey, careless. They're losing their hose. It's falling off.
Oh, no, sir. They let it run out on purpose. You'll see.
Now, that man there. Why does he wave his arms like a maniac?
Oh, he's calling for water, sir. The hose is all hooked up and they're ready to go in and...
Bless me. This time they mean business. They're at the door with the hose.
Yes, sir, they're going in. Now they'll knock it down.
Bravo! He kicked the door in.
They'll knock down the fire and...
Bravo! Hooray! Knock it down. Yeah, they're drowning the flame. Good. Do it again.
Well, Collins, what do you think? Does this crowd understand us better now?
Oh, they certainly do, sir. They've had a good look at our equipment, and they've seen us in action. Oh, but...
Huh? But what?
Well, how many people would you say turned out for this rally?
How many? Oh, good many thousand, Collins. Your estimate is as good as mine.
Well, then, sir, I'd say we put the story across to a good many thousand, Chief. A good many less one.
What are you talking about, Collins?
Eustace Tennacombe, Chief.
Tennacombe. Oh, yes, Tennacombe Towboat Company.
Yes, sir. He's here, sir. He had Jimmy in tow answering 60 questions to the minute.
Good. Tennacombe is the kind of man we want to reach. If he's in sympathy with our program...
I'm afraid he isn't, sir.
What?
No, sir. He looked over everything we had to show, sniffed in that superior way of his, and said There's something missing.
Oh, he did, huh? Something missing.
Yes, sir.
What's missing, Collins?
Well, he'll have to tell you himself, sir. He didn't say.
So he doesn't feel satisfied with our demonstration, huh?
There he is now, Chief.
Where?
Poking around the ruins of the demonstration.
Good, good. Come on, Collins. I'm going to interview Mr. Tennacombe. We'll find out what's missing, and maybe Mr. Tennacombe can supply it.
Yes, sir.
You know, I've had plans for him and his towboat company ever since that fire at the Tennacombe dock.
The Monster Firemen's Rally has done just what Chief Cody hoped it would do to rouse people's interest in the problems of the fire department. And maybe it has done more, because it has opened the way for Chief Cody to talk with Eustace Tennacombe. He's long had a plan for using the Tennacombe Towboat Company to strengthen the city's defense against fire. For what happens when Chief Cody and Eustace Tennacombe get together, listen to our next true-to-life episode of The Firefighters. In just a moment, Chief Bob Cody will tell you, boys and girls, how you can help the firefighters in your own town. But first, here's a message you ought to hear. And now, Chief Bob Cody with a special notice for the Firefighters Brigade. Chief Cody.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your friend, Chief Cody, with a special hint about how to handle a certain kind of fire. Now, suppose a fire starts in your kitchen on the top of the stove or in the oven. Almost always there is grease, and when that grease catches fire, you can't throw water on it, because water splashes the flaming grease far and wide. So throw on sand or salt to smother the fire, but don't take chances with water. Well, that's all for now. You'll be hearing from me soon.
Fire Chief Cody and the young rookie fireman Tim Collins will be back on the same station the next time you hear...
That's it. Let's roll.
Let's go, Firefighters! Firefighters is a copyrighted feature of William F. Holland Productions.